Yeah, good morning guys and welcome. Up on the screen we have Bosshog, who feels guilty. But why? Well, his midweek Wednesday breakfast, he made a statement. And I'm going to play you some clips from that live stream and the statement that he made. But let's start off by saying this. He started his channel 6 years ago to farm for profit, and as we all know, farming is hard work. You've got to work hard to be a farmer, and surely he knew that, and I'm almost certain he would have known that the heat and the humidity in the Philippines would have made it even harder. But we have called him out many times about how he dances with a shovel, or the lack of him dancing with a shovel. And his statement was quite revealing. So without further ado, listen to this lump of lard, who really needs to choose his words carefully in future before he puts his big size 10 in it again. Listen to the brain surgeon.
David, we love your channel, long-time watchers. Well, thank you for that, David. But yeah, I'm not going back to the U.S. And look, you know, at my age, what would I do? Be a greeter at Walmart? I'm too broken down to work in the trades anymore. I was a carpenter, set tile. I can't do that stuff anymore. Not to a level to where an employer would expect me to work, and that I would be, you know, say I got a job as a carpenter. Well, I'd feel guilty because I was ripping them off, because I'm only good for 2 or 3 hours a day working like a man. The rest of the time I'm working like a really old man with bad knees and a bad back.
So you heard him. He's laid tiles, he's been a carpenter, an oil rig worker, and he would feel guilty working for an employer back in the US, because he's only good for 2 or 3 hours a day working like a man. The rest of the time he's working like an old man. His body is broken down, he says, and yet he's gone to the Philippines to farm for a living. Therein tells a whole story. What's he good for, he says, if he went back to the US? Well, like we said a long time ago, all you're good for is Walmart, shelf stacking, or, as you said, meeting and greeting. This lump of lard said he feels guilty about ripping an employer off because he can only do 2 or 3 hours a day. Yet he doesn't feel guilty about his manslave Tatai, who works 7 days a week for this lump of lard, or the 2 old women, Consing and Ippy, and sometimes old Mirio gets in. He doesn't feel guilty about that, but that statement he has made has proved beyond any shadow of a doubt that this born idle lump of lard does nothing on that farm whatsoever. He walks about with a camera, acting like the big wheel businessman, the big wheel farmer, and yet he can't work. We've always said that. He's an invalid. He's an invalid living in the Philippines. But guys, he's not finished yet. No, Bosshog's got a lot to say. So, I want you to listen to this next clip.
David, please explain how one can go and live in a foreign land with no income or wealth. Well, there's about 7,000 videos to explain just how I did that.
So there's 7,000 videos, he says, that explains how he's gone to the Philippines without any pension or any savings and how he's managed to live. Yeah, Brian, you're right there. These 7,000 videos. In every video, you are e-begging, scamming and conning people. Why don't you answer people honestly? But guys, there is more. Listen to the lump of lard.
David, it just appears that you spend a lot of time chasing $1,000. Shouldn't it be easier to work in the U.S. for 6 months, off and on? Well, yeah, it would be. But I left the U.S. because it's a shithole. It is. And just about anyone who lives there will confirm that the United States is a shithole. And, you know, I left for a lot of reasons, but I don't want to go back. Other than visiting family, I got no reason to go back to the States. You know, rampant crime, full of blue-haired freaks. It's just, you know, no. I could give a shit. I'm not going back to the United States.
Well, there you heard him, guys. Bosshog's words. The USA, the United States, is a shithole. And really, Brian, that's a contradiction in words, really, isn't it? Because we all know you've gone to the Philippines and you're actually living in a shithole. You say crime is rampant, which in most countries it is at this day and age. And there's also a lot of blue-haired freaks, he said, in the United States. Well, you mustn't have frequented your daughter's Facebook lately, Brian. I suggest you do that. And guys, a Bosshog live stream wouldn't be the same without the grifting or e-begging. Now, he made another statement, and I've picked out the best bits for you. But he's talking about memberships and perks, and he's going dark again. He's going to have a members only live streams from now on. The reason? Well, you can be the judge of that, but with him being recently exposed for needing an infusion of cash, maybe that's got something to do with it. But I want you to look at this clip and listen to the grifter at work.
So I did kind of leave a teaser in the beginning saying that there was going to be some news, and so here it is. Look, I enjoy doing live streams. Really, I do. And this might kill the whole live stream thing. And if it does, then it does. You know, I think I've had memberships for, I can't really remember. I think almost 3 years now. And you know, in YouTube, they suggest perks. You know, things to give members. And the perks that I had put up were, well, they're out of date. And, you know, I could never really think of something to reward those who became members that, was worth a crap. And so what I've decided to do, it's going to be better for some, a deal breaker probably for some. And like I said, it may quickly lead to there being no more live stream. But what I'm going to do, and I decided to do this live stream tonight so that those who are interested can prepare the live streams moving forward. Now, I'm only going to be doing Sunday live stream, the usual Sunday morning live stream. But there's two things. They're going to be members only for those who have a membership in any level. It doesn't matter what level it is. But they're going to be unmonetized. I'm not going to monetize them, so there's not going to be any ads on those live streams. But to participate, and I don't know if you can watch it later without a membership or not. I don't know. But participation is going to be for those with a membership. And I know some of you, you just aren't going to do it, and some of you already are members. That's going to be the perk. You get to participate in live streams.
So there you are, guys. I think you heard him loud and clear. To participate in live streams in future from this Sunday, you've got to be a member. And YouTube, he says, always encourage you to give perks to your subscribers if they become members. And one of the perks that he's come up with, the grifter, is that if you're a member, you've got entry to my live streams on a Sunday. Now, he says it might be a deal breaker for some, like it was last time. He says, but some of you are already members, so you'll be okay. So what he's really doing here now is, we all know he's desperate for cash. We all know that he's an e-beggar. And he's kind of holding people to ransom. If you don't pay me, become a member, then you're not getting access to a live stream. But he says it might mean the end of live streams if he doesn't get enough people in there. Well, Brian, one thing that you didn't think of, you might be a grifter, but you did mention that those live streams would be unmonetized, and because people don't like watching ads. Well, I don't know if the brain surgeon realizes this, but when you switch off monetization on a video, you're also switching off super chat. So the big fat lump of lard has shot himself in the foot again. He's trying to get money in one way with memberships, but taking it another way, or should I say taking it away again, by switching off monetization. Now that is what I call real grifting by the brain surgeon. He proves once again that he's not a businessman and he is not a YouTube content creator. Why would anyone demonetize a live stream when they are so desperate for money? You didn't really think about that, Brian, did you? Anyway, guys, in this video, I think we've established that the invalid from the Bosshog, who felt guilty about not being able to work because he's a broken-bodied old man, is basically living on his wits in the Philippines. And everything we have exposed him for in the past about how born idle he is and how he does nothing on that farm has been proved right by his words, not ours. So guys, till the next time, bye for now.